This is the last. I'm filming a bunch of videos. I think it's like the fourth video I filmed today. 3 for this channel and 1 for the Patreon. But I don't know what's gonna happen with the power. The ice obviously is the problem. Anybody who's in the middle of this right now, I hope everybody's staying safe and everything, and just taking precautions and all that, because it's hitting everywhere. It's hitting a ton of the country. So I hope anybody that has been hit by this, you're doing all right. But I want to be prepared just in case the power does go out. So I have videos ready to go through Tuesday. If anything's after that, what are you gonna do? But I had some stuff here, some weird, not weird, but random things like these Gillette razors, 12-pack. That I got at Walmart. I always go for the bigger, these 12-pack ones. They think they went up in price a little bit. It's like $15 for 12 razors. I mean, it's a good deal. I do like these razors. They work well with the shaving gel I use. So, and they'll last a while. I still have like 2 left from the last batch of these. I just felt like grabbing them though. Now I could have probably waited a couple of weeks, but figured might as well just grab them. I used to use the Mach 3 for a while. Remember when the Mach 3 came out? It was like a big deal. Then they bumped it up to like 5 at least, right? Or they even like it's 6 blades. I tried to use a 4-bladed one, but I don't know if it was like the Mach 4 or whatever the hell it was. I just wasn't doing it for me. I went back down to 3. But I did use an electric razor for a bit. You know, one of those 3 circle things. And eventually I just get tired of that too. I don't know. So I might go back to another one of those at some point, but some of the razors, Gillette Sensor 3. Next is this Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 10 Mystery Vehicle and figure. I talked about this in a video. What video was it? I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. It's $5. I picked it up at Walmart like a couple of weeks ago. I definitely mentioned it because I mentioned what it was. It was one of the Chase figures you see here in the. These are the regular ones. Did I actually show this in a video? Who the fuck knows? If I did, I'm doing it again. These are the 2 Chase ones, which I got one of. I don't know. Oh my gosh. This is Ezra Bridger. I'm not going to take it out of here. I do not care for. He's from Rebels, right? I would probably just sell this. It's $5. This guy sells for like $20. I'm like, I have no use for it. Maybe I'll attempt to. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just hold on to it and leave it in the freaking box. But these things are kind of cool. They have like, you know, these little mystery boxes, and then they have the bigger ones. I should have grabbed it. I talked about it. I picked those up a while ago. Well, a couple of months ago, probably. It's like November or something. From Ross. It's in the mall here. This store, at least, wasn't in New York. Long Island, at least, but it's kind of like a Marshall's, which we also have here as well. And they had 2 of the land speeder ones. It was a bigger thing with Obi-Wan and Luke. And they're $4 a piece, and those things sell for like $30. There was 4 of them there. I grabbed 2 of them. I might keep one. I'm gonna sell one. And I'll probably keep. They're kind of cool. Like if you can, these things are kind of cool because if you can like, if you have like a table, like a decent sized table, like, and you get a bunch of these, you could set these up because they're so tiny and like a little maybe like battlefield or something like that. This is God. I think that's Rey and her thing from whatever that thing's called from The Force Awakens. Is that Ahsoka? Ashoka? I don't know how to say her name. That's who it is, though. I'm pretty sure. Right? These two, I do not know. That's a droid from the prequels, right? With that, this guy I don't recognize. But anyway, Micro Galaxy Squadron ended up getting Ezra Bridger. Because I had to look up, I'm like, who's this? I had to look up who the Chase ones were in that series. Next up is 4 cards, basketball cards. I got these off of eBay for cheap. I can't remember how much all 4 of them were. They were probably... This one I know for sure was $1.50. The Rod Strickland rookie. This is a Fleer 89. He'd already been in the league. Back then, there was only like, I think for a point, there was only Fleer that had a set. And there was other, I think, little sub-type sets floating around. If you look on like Card Database, I was not collecting basketball cards in the 80s, so. Only baseball I was getting then, and some football, but mostly baseball in the 80s, but I was just like, I want to grab some rookies. They're cheap as hell. Just some raw rookie cards, boom. Get them in a top loader. You know, getting something that's graded makes no sense because it's going to cost you like $25 to get it graded. Maybe even more. I don't know. I've never got a card graded, but I look on the websites. There's a couple different companies. PSA, I think, runs the show. I think they own one of the other ones or 2 of the other ones now. Beckett does it. CGC might be the one they own. But anyway, this wouldn't, even in a 10, this probably wouldn't even be $25, $30, you know. But, Rod Strickland here. And that's what I was saying. These rookies back then, like, these guys were already in the league, but they didn't have a card yet because these sets were tiny. This one might be a little bigger, but I'll tell you in the next 2 coming up. And maybe even the 3rd one. Yeah. This one's number 104, but the other ones I'll tell you. Anyway, Rod Strickland, he was drafted by the Knicks. I always loved Rod Strickland, especially when he came to Portland. He was on Portland for like 4 years, maybe. He was the first guy there in 92, 93. And he definitely was there. I think maybe Sabonis' first year. The last year on the team, which would have been 95, 96. Always liked him, hell of a player. Kind of gets overlooked. I think he coaches a college team now. He was on San Antonio after the Knicks, then Portland, then Washington. He ended up back on Portland in the early 2000s, and like maybe his last year in the league. He might have been on Minnesota. But Rod Strickland. The next one here is a player I always liked, Mark Price. So this is Fleer 88, but he'd already been in the league for 2 years before this. But he's number 25 of 132. They only had 132 cards in the set. So, guys that came in this year, a lot of the rookies probably didn't even have cards. So there's a lot more than 132 players in the NBA. But they probably only more of maybe the stars and some of the rookies. Because he'd already been 2 years in the league, but this is his rookie card. It's his first card. Nice looking card, though. Once again, Fleer. Like I said, Price I always liked. I want to say he was the first 40, 50, 90 player. People, Curry has done it probably a couple of times now, and other players I'm sure have. And he's the first one. He shot 90% from free throw line, 40% from 3, and 50% from the field, which back then was a bigger deal. I think he was the first guy, to, at least from what I've seen online, to split the pick and roll. He would have done well in this era. His playstyle was almost kind of a little ahead of its time with how he did stuff. He's the kind of guy on the fast break would pop a 3, you know. Not that he took a ton. I think he won 2 3-point contests. Good player, though. Mark Price. And his brother Brent was also in the league. He was on the Cavs, then he went to the... I don't know if he went to the Magic first, to the Warriors, but he's on the Magic and Golden State. He didn't play too long. He had a couple injuries early that I think kind of lingered. I gotta get one of his starting lineups. Next two are Blazer players that I got because they're my favorite team. And I like both these players quite a bit. First one is Jerome Kersey. Rest in peace. A lot of those Portland guys died. He's dead. Cliff Robinson, Kevin Duckworth. It's kind of say. I remember thinking about it after I was looking up highlights or something. Portland guys like, man, these guys are dying. It's kind of sad because, you're rooting for these guys growing up. Let me see, actually. I don't want to get somebody's death wrong if they're still alive. I know Kersey is, and I know Cliff Robinson is. Yeah, he died in 2015, Jerome Kersey. He was a good player. He was a small buck forward. Buck Williams was the power forward, although he was there before Buck Williams. Buck Williams came from the Nets, maybe in a trade, I would think. Kevin Duckworth, when did he die? 2008, wow, he's been 74, 84, 94. He was 44. So Cliff Robinson was the last. He might have been 2020, maybe even after that, though. Cliff Robinson I liked because he was 2020. He was athletic. He was in a lot of slam dunk contests. Hell of a dunker. See, he's 60 of 132. At this point, he'd already been in the league 3 years. But this was his first card. I like the design of this one, and actually this one as well. All three of them. Very simple designs, but I like them. Actually, to be honest with you. What is that? I just noticed this now. Okay, it's on the thing itself, the 3. I just noticed it. I'm like, is that on the card? It's on the top loader. Jerome Kersey, good player. He's a small forward, like I said. That was a good Portland team. They went to 2 finals. Cliff Robinson was not on the first team. He got drafted the following year, and then he was on the team that played the Bulls. And then he lasted for a bit throughout the 90s. Maybe like 96, 97, 97, 98 was his last year with the team. The last one, Terry Porter. Number 89 of 132. University of Wisconsin. Where did they all go? Longwood College for Jerome Kersey. Rod Strickland was DePaul University. And Mark Price is Georgia Tech, or the Georgia Institute of Technology. The full name of it. Porter was a hell of a fucking point guard. If you look at on Basketball Reference, the win share. He led the win share almost, I think, more than Drexler did. I think that was part of the problem with the Blazers, is that Drexler was their best player, but it was a more team-oriented thing. He could have taken, and he probably should have just been like, fuck you, Rick Allen. I'm going to take over games if I can. Now, he wouldn't have been able to do it to the level of a Jordan, but he was very close to Jordan during some seasons, But the problem is, Jordan has got the stats and the skills and the defensive skills as well, and he has the killer instinct. Drexler, I don't think, had that. He did end up getting a ring with Houston, and he was a big part of that team. He won with Olajuwon, his college teammate. They're good friends. But I feel like Drexler could have just been like, you know what? I'm going to take over. I understand it's team. They had a great team. But it's like sometimes you just got to be like, like Jordan wouldn't do that unless it was absolutely necessary in certain spots. I feel like Drexler would defer. If you look at some of the playoff games throughout his career, there's a lot of games where he's like the third leading scorer for a game and stuff. And you're just like, you can't be doing that. But Porter was a hell of a player. Made a couple of all-star teams. I think Kersey might end up with a ring on San Antonio. That first one wasn't playing much, but Terry Porter. Love those Blazer players. And the last one I got, I'm filming this Friday, the 23rd. This game came from California. Now, this tells me the USPS can get you shit real fast if they want it. They understand that the storm's already pushing through. There's no way normally this was I ordered this. It shipped on the 21st, and it got here on the 23rd from San Francisco. Okay, so California to North Carolina in 2 days, unheard of. But it is. I'm happy about it, though. Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. Hell of a game, hard as hell. I threw it in. It works. I was getting my ass kicked. I had this when I was a kid. I never beat it. I don't know if this is. I know the beginning. There's a section in the beginning with like the ship that was not in the Genesis version of Ghouls and Ghosts. The Genesis version is better. I don't know if this is a straight port after that or there's different things. Like I said, I've not seen the whole game. I can't remember how far I actually got in this, but I did not beat it. Tough game. There is slow down in this as well, which is annoying because it's gonna fucking kill you even worse. You get hit twice, you're screwed. It's 2 hits, you're dead. The little magician guy will appear and turn you into a baby in this one, and then you'll just get killed. It's a little, or you turn back into like adult bones when you get killed. But when it's running smooth and no hiccups, it looks great. The music's good. It's got classic music. I think the Genesis music's a little better. The Genesis version, like I said, I don't know if it's a straight up port. I know there's different parts, but I don't know if the rest of the game is the same. The opening part definitely is, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a little different. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. It's got to be a port, though, because this is Ghouls and Ghosts. The other one. The first one's Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. But I want to say Ghouls and Ghosts just plays better. I don't remember Ghouls and Ghosts. I had that one, too. I did not beat that one. Either. My friend did, surprisingly, because you beat the game, and then you have to, like, do it again. The devil or whoever's like, yeah, haha, you got to do it again. Still fun as hell. This was $29 and change after tax. Not a bad deal. I'm looking at a lot of these SNES games that are under $30. You can get some good ones. Batman Returns, beat 'em up. And I'm looking at, that's by Konami. There's a couple of, even like Link to the Past is under 40. You can get some solid titles for under 40, which to me, maybe it always was like that, and I just didn't realize or care. Also, I'm like, you know what, there's pretty good prices. But it is a classic. Pain in the ass game. But yes, the Genesis version is better than this. It's just whatever, even if it's not the same game. I know there's differences, but I don't know if it's like fully, completely different. But the Genesis one just runs better, I feel. Like, I don't remember, from playing it, I don't remember there being slowed down to the extent of this one. There definitely could have been. I want to say the music's a little better on that one. That one came before this by like at least a year. This is 91, I think it said, for this one. The other one was definitely 90. I don't think it was 89. It was definitely would not be. Let me look it up. I gotta look this up, then I will end this. The Genesis version is more expensive, even, I think, just maybe the card is around 30. If you want to get it complete, it's probably 60, 70. Super Ghouls and Ghosts video game. Oh wait, I want to look at regular Ghouls and Ghosts. Another Capcom joint. Come on. I think and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I gotta remember the names of the games. Oh my god. I apologize for this. I am like all over the place. A notorious difficult 1988 Capcom action platformer did come to the Genesis. When did it come out on the Genesis? Genesis does. I'm not finding it. It was also on the PC Engine. It came out in North America. Oh, it came out in 89. 90 in Europe. Japan and North America in 89. Real quickly, the Maximo games on PS2, I feel like are spiritual successors to these games. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, great game. Hard as fuck. It's fun just playing it. You get your ass kicked, whatever. Back in the day, I would be getting pissed, but now I get as far as I can, and that's it, right? But anyway, just random pickups, and thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.